Sugar Shane Mosley Jr., not so much the
The sugar man.
Yep.
Shane Mosley Jr.
Man, and let's just talk. I know you've had a lot of stuff going on here. You recently signed a new managerial deal. What do you want to tell the fans out there?
I want to tell the fans to stay posted, man. We got some good things coming up and in the works, and so real soon we'll be letting everybody know what's going on. But yeah, stay posted.
What can you say about the new venture, as far as who you're working with? Maybe not all the details on the next fight and everything.
I think that it's going to be it's good stuff. My manager and my managerial team is working on some good things. I think that's the extent of what I can say right now, but I think it'll be good.
And obviously you've had a lot of experience having a famous father, Hall of Fame father. But besides all that, I mean, you've been on a couple different reality shows over the past couple years.
Yes.
But what can you say just about the exposure? You've gotten a lot more than the typical boxer, put it that way.
Yeah. I think that all the exposure has been good. Obviously, being around a lot of exposure and people and stuff like that, I'm able to later on deal with all of the more fame that's going to come. So I think it's a good, beginning stage and step to what's to come.
And what could you say? I mean, you've had a couple of setbacks in your career, but you didn't have the typical long amateur background either. So you've been kind of learning on the job as a professional, I guess you could say.
Absolutely, I've been learning on the job, and I think that's to my benefit. Even all of my losses, they weren't huge like blowouts where I got destroyed or anything like that. It was just more so little mistakes, and like you said, learning on the job. That helps in the future when I become champion. I could say, I learned on the job, and I changed those mistakes, and I'm better for it.
What was your reaction when you heard your father got into the Boxing Hall of Fame first ballot?
It's great. I'm proud of him. I'm extremely proud of him. I think he deserves it, obviously. And I'm gonna be there, so I can't wait to be there and celebrate with him and be there for him.
The reason why I say first ballot, because obviously pretty much everyone knew he would be a Hall of Famer, but it was a packed class. Now that they changed the rules, he only be out for 3 years with Marquez and Hopkins and other guys. So some guys had to be left out, and your father was not one of those guys.
Yeah, I think like you said, he deserves it. I mean, he's put in a lot of years. I mean, I think he was professional for about 14 or 15 years or something crazy like that. So yeah, like 14 years I think he was professional. So he put in a lot of years, a lot of time, and I think he deserves it along with Bernard Hopkins, Marquez, Lucille Riker, and Christy Martin, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So they all deserve it, and I'm glad he's a part of that class.
What did you think of Anthony Joshua's win over Andy Ruiz? Well, first off, did you see it, and were you surprised?
I did see it. I was surprised that he was able to sustain it. I didn't think it was going to be an issue of him outboxing Andy. I thought it was going to be harder for the consistency of that outboxing. But good on him. I think it was a beautiful performance. I don't think he was running. I don't think that he was evading. I think he was boxing smart, and I think he did a great job for being consistent and showing his class. So I think it was a great performance.
Ruiz, I don't know, to me it seemed like he didn't quite have that same spring in his step as the first fight. Obviously he got the knockdown earlier, or in the first fight, like in the third round. Did you think that, he said the partying caught up to him, and I don't think those extra 15 pounds did him any favors.
I think it was a lack of focus, for sure. He might have been, kind of being lackadaisical with the mentality, because he maybe figured that he was going to get a third fight, and that might be what he was looking for. Maybe if he thought to himself, if I don't do so good, there still might be a third fight, so I don't have to blow him out, really. So, I don't know. I don't know what the mindset was. I mean, I do feel like it was a good game plan on Anthony Joshua's side, so that, of course, when you knock a guy down 4 times, you think, oh, I got his number, I can knock him down. So, he probably always thought that was there. So, but other than that, I think Anthony Joshua took his game plan away. Whatever he thought that he was going to be able to do, he took that completely away. So
that being said, now does that put Joshua back when they were saying it was the 3 guys, him plus Fury plus Wilder, or is he a little bit below Wilder and Fury now still, or what do you think?
In my personal opinion, I think he's below, but he's still in the mix, of course. And I think that performance is gonna help him get those fights and put him back in the mix of names and stuff like that. But personally, I feel like Deontay Wilder is number one right now. I feel like Tyson Fury is number 1A and 1B. You know what I mean? Those guys, man, until they settle that score, I feel like they're 1A and 1B.
Well, it's supposed to be February 22nd. Who's going to win that?
My gut says Deontay, just because of he has punching power like no other, and he's proven that time in and time again. So that's my initial, reaction. But Fury's such a great boxer, man. You know what I mean? And to be that big and be that, fluid with your movement, it's hard for anybody. So whoever implements the game plan, really, if Fury can get him, and he can put anything out, and he's proven that. But if Tyson can get back on boxing beautifully like he normally does, then it could be a long night for Deontay. But we'll see.
Thanks for that breakdown. To all the fans, where can they follow you?
At Shane Mosley Jr. on Instagram. Basically all the platforms. Follow me.
All right, man. We look forward to some more news from you soon.
Thank you.